Hey, we've had some changes in the last couple of weeks or so. Let's see. I started a new kind of, not really exercise program, but a life-changing program. I'll talk about that some other video. What else? Oh, well, so didn't know if, I had some changes at work. Don't know how long I'll still be working there. Could be a long time. Could be till tomorrow. I don't know. So I've been kind of dealing with that. And, what was the other thing? There was something else. Oh, yeah. Well, the weather has changed a little bit here. We're in the September, October time. We get, temperatures up in the 311 degree area, and then, cold front comes through and takes us down to 10 degrees. So it's quite a shift in temperature. And hold on, what? Okay, be right there. I'll be right back. Hi, welcome to Can a Spader Christmas. I forgot what I was going to talk about today. Oh yeah, I was on the Professional Triers podcast recently, and they did a YouTube video. It's like a little interview thing that they did. So if you want to see that, I will put a link below, because apparently sometimes y'all don't see that up there. Or at least one person didn't. And so I'll put it in the description. I'll also put it up here. If you see it, you can click on it later. Or I'll put it in the description. Today, I want to talk about these. So this is the sphere that I told you about. Can you see it? Troy had made these up. He sent me a couple of them and wanted me to check them out. They look pretty cool. They have 112 pixels in them, and they're pretty easy to put together. It takes a little while to get the pixels in there, but it's still fine. And so I put them together, but then I was like, okay, well, how do I wire these up? Because I wanted, in this case, I was going to be hanging them up. From the top. So let me see here if I can get this. I have a little piece of wire. So I was going to hang them like this, and then I wanted the wire. Where's my wire? I wanted the wire to come up, and I'd hang up the wire like that. So we go into X-Lights. Okay, so let's just go create us a new sphere model. Let's chop off the top and the bottom. Just kind of squares it off a little bit. Number of strings is number of connections to the controller, so that's going to be 1. Nodes per string, 112. And strands per string is, I believe there is 16 of those little dividers. So that looks pretty good. And then instead of bottom left as the starting location, I am going to change it to top left, and we should be good. Now, if I go here and I try and look at the wiring view, you notice we don't have one. But if I look at the node layout, we start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So up and down, all the way around. So now that we know how we're going to wire it up, let's put one together. All right, we're going to start off with a string of 112 pixels. Now here's 100. I did go ahead and splice on these 12 toward the end, but I have this one connector in here, so I'm going to remove that and just splice these strings together. So let's do that now. Woohoo! All right, let's put this thing together. So this is the top piece. It has a little swivel eyelet up here, and then this is just the bottom piece. And it has the same number of slats in it. Can you see that? And on this, there's a textured side and a really more of a smooth side. I don't think it really matters which way you do it. I'm doing it textured side to the left. So here is the finished product. I did not get a price on these, but Troy is making them available if you want to order one. If you want one, contact him at this email address down here, and y'all can work it out from there. This past weekend, I was able to put the 5-volt pixel matrix up. However, I did run into a little issue because in the garage I had this F16 V2, and the problem, it all works, but the problem is this only supports 680 pixels, I believe, per output. So I had to put the F16 V3 in there that supports 1024 because I have a 1024 pixel matrix, and it was just easier to deal with that. Could have broken it up into two 512s and run it on this, but I figured it was time to bring this one in to the bench and use the F16 V3. I have plans to put as many non-Christmas lights up, door outlines and window outlines, the fence outline. Is there anything else? I may do the front fence. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Well, I need to work on the arches a little bit. I don't know. I'm going to put as many out as I can prior to Halloween, just to get them out of the way, get everything kind of kick the cobwebs off of everything, and just leisurely start putting stuff up, because I know something is going to, it just makes it easier when I get to set up for the Christmas display. All the stuff, a lot of the stuff will already be set up, so it'll make it easier on me then. Oh, I did get a question about running Falcon Player. So I upgraded my Pi this year to a Pi 4 just because I wanted to. You don't need it. It's 3B plus, still works fine. But I did re-image it up to the current level, which I believe is 3.3. And I have all my data on a USB stick still. So re-imaging, put the USB stick in there and we're good to go. If you save all your data on the SD card and you re-image it, then you're going to lose all your data. So I still recommend using a USB stick, even if you just have it as backup. You can copy all the data over if you want to, but I still use a USB stick. It still works fine. So I hope you found some of that information useful. If you want one of these, contact Troy and work that out. If you have any questions, leave them below. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Now would be a good time for you to go check that video out. Now I shot an email. So I got 6 of these, and so I got 5 of these when I started relaxing a little bit, and then BAM!